Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 202, for Tuesday the 9th of April, 2024. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag PSNID, Steam ID, Webby360G, and joining me on this very fine evening is...
I'm back after being missing in action for about 5 weeks. It's Nick Fights.
And it's me, Sensei Switch. Oh, Switch is sounding a bit weird today, isn't he?
Sounds sexy. Sounds hot.
Yeah. So Darren's going to be very quiet for the next 20 minutes or so, and then his voice may return to normal. Yeah, that's right, Webby. My voice will be back to normal at 8 o'clock.
When I finish doing my dailies.
We're doing my dailies and my fortnights with my mates. Okay, Darren, that's fine. Okay, right, so... Shouldn't be a super long podcast this week because we talked a lot last week. There's not been loads of stuff going on in the gaming world. Played some games, though.
What have you played?
Okay, so I'm going to get the stuff that you'll probably find a little bit boring out of the way. I have been playing a lot of racing games again this week, just because I'm finding at the minute that I've just not really been in the mood to play anything with a story or anything, because obviously I completed Rebirth a few weeks back, and then I played through Dragon's Dogma 2, which I talked about last week. I didn't do my homework.
You beat that really quickly as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't do my homework this week and played Dragon's Dogma 1, though, because I've just been too busy or not in the mood. So apologies for that. So I've just been doing a little bit of gaming, and that's been on racing games just to unwind. So I've been playing a lot of Forza, and they seem to have improved it on the PC now. Now, they have actually added the option on PC to enable DLSS. So actually, because I lock it to 60, because I find if I put it on the variable frame rate, it's just all over the place. So I'll just lock it to 60, and now it just seems to run pretty smooth, which is good.
Yeah. I always said that to you about frame rates and stuff, whether a locked 30 or 60 is much better than 120 if it keeps dropping down to like 90 or 100
Well,
up and down.
to be fair,
it's a slowdown. You notice that.
Yeah, to be fair, since I've had that game, Forza, I've had it locked at 60 pretty much since I started playing it, because it was shit with the unlocked frame rate anyway. But what I was finding before I enabled the DLSS, it would drop to like 40 and stuff, and it would just be a stuttery mess. So, but now, because of the frame generation with the AI with the DLSS, it's a lot smoother. It still looks better on the console, though, to be honest, which is fucking backwards. But I've just been enjoying it. It's just been switching my brain off, doing the career mode, really, just playing that. So that's been quite a bit of fun.
Have you ever attempted to play it on the Steam Deck, or can it go on the Steam Deck?
No, because it's you can't download your Gamepass games to the Steam Deck. You have to stream them.
Well, that probably sucks then.
Yeah, it's not great. So, yeah, because with the Steam Deck, you can only download your Steam games, or there is way to sideload like the EA app and the Battle.net app and download those games as well. But there's nothing for the Xbox app as of yet, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is.
PC, and I suppose I thought they'd have put more effort into putting the Game Pass app putting it properly so you can download on Steam Deck, because basically that's another market, basically a handheld market for them.
Yeah. Well, there is rumours, isn't there, that next gen Xbox are going to push out a handheld Xbox system anyway. So that would be pretty interesting, I think.
So I mean, they've been talking about that for years, haven't they?
Yeah, but Phil Spencer's actually come out and made some hints now, hasn't he? So I think it's going to be more realised, I think, for the next console generation. I hope, anyway. But yeah, so my Game Pass Ultimate has run out now, and I haven't renewed it yet. So
Yes, welcome to my world.
So I'm Xbox gameless at the moment. So I'll probably renew it tomorrow. I'll probably renew it tomorrow.
Are you going to lose your streak of how many years you've been subscribed to Gold or whatever?
I don't think so, because I think it just accumulates, like how long you've been on as a subscriber, if that makes sense.
I think mine went down, but then I think I changed accounts at some point.
Right.
I think I was on one on the first ever 360, and then when I got the Elite, I think for some reason I started when I started going online, I think rather than putting my profile online, I think I somehow started a whole new profile.
Right. Because I definitely had a gap before when I did the renewal last time, because I do the foreign codes, but you can't have an active subscription to make it work. So I've had a gap before, and I've got a 20-year badge on there at the minute. So I'm sure I'll be fine. I've just been umming and ahhing about it because I've not been using it loads recently, but there's some good games on there that I do want to play still, like Persona 3, Reload, as an example. And obviously I want to carry on playing Forza as well, so, so there's that. So I'll probably renew it tonight or tomorrow or something. But yeah, I've been really enjoying just switching my brain off and playing that. Other driving games, obviously I've been playing Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation still as well. I think I mentioned it last week. The reason I've been going back to it is they've added weekly challenges now.
Yeah, you said that because I listened to it the other day.
Yeah, so it gives you a reason to come back in it, and I've been enjoying it because it puts you on races and cars that you don't really expect. So this week there was, and last week as well, there was a dirt race, a snow race, and they were in like these weird little wacky cars that I didn't own. So it gave me an excuse to buy some extra cars, spend some time tuning them up, putting the right tires on and stuff, and then doing the race. So that's been really good. Also, they've done another update to GT7 in the multiplayer section. They've added split screen now. Remember split screen from the days of old where every game had it? Well, that seemed to have gone by the by in racing games, but they've added it back into Gran Turismo now. So
I thought that's still been in things. Was that not in like Forza and stuff like that?
No. It's not, mate.
Oh.
I think couch co-op gaming is such an afterthought now because people don't really do it.
Well, like, didn't they officially cancel the old Halo couch co-op thing? Which they promised was definitely coming, and then they just cancelled it. Yeah,
wankers. So I noticed it, and then Marcus was like, "Daddy, let's try it." I was like, "All right then." So you can actually have up to 4 people on split screen, which is mental. Obviously when we did the 2. And I actually put a screenshot of it in the racing channel on Discord so you can see how it is. So I was thinking the split screen would be one top and one bottom, but it wasn't. It was side to side. If that makes sense. So me on the left and him on the right. But then you had all the other...
Yeah. Go on. I remember games used to do that, but used to have the option whether it's top or bottom or left and right, didn't they?
Yeah. So it was quite interesting because you get the access to all the tracks, but the selection of cars was quite limited. There's only about 10 or so cars that you could choose from. So you couldn't use any garage cars or anything. So obviously it's designed for, like, obviously you want to be in the same cars, etc. So Yeah, it was good because me and Marcus play quite a bit of couch co-op games together. Where we play a lot of Worms, WMD on the Xbox, which is perfect couch co-op game or versus game. So
I always thought how those games worked back in the day. We didn't notice because obviously we were younger and didn't really care that you're basically having like 2 or 4 versions of the game running at the same time. So I remember I saw a GoldenEye documentary where they did the multiplayer, and they were like, "Oh, well, to get the 4-player, they had to like remove loads of assets that like lower the resolution, lower the frame rate and stuff." Whereas with a car game like that today, you can't really get away with that as much, could you?
Yeah.
Just think, I mean, if it's 1080p, what are they gonna put 4 240p resolutions, one in each corner? That's not going to cut it, is it?
Yeah. So is it? It's good fun because it's given us an excuse to play. Because obviously I don't have two PlayStations. So it's just nice to be able to actually just play something on the same screen, and I just think it's good that they've added that in. So that's really cool. And then I added another mode in as well where it's like called a meetup type mode. So there's a selection of tracks and there's no racing per se. You just join a lobby with like 20 other people on that track, and it's like a meetup. So you just show off your cars and drive around and dick around and stuff. Bit like test drive. So that's quite cool. So yeah, so they keep on adding to it, which is really good. And as I say, the weekly challenges are really fun, and obviously the multiplayer is still there. The sport mode is obviously the main one with the set races for every week, and then obviously you've got your normal multiplayer where people make their lobbies, which doesn't seem to get used an awful lot by the looks of things, but it's good the game's still being supported, and it's a lot of fun. So that's really good. And then obviously the other game, the serious racer I've been playing a lot of this weekend, Nick, is iRacing.
That one you have to subscribe to.
Yeah. So yeah, ain't cheap. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do when my sub runs out, because I actually got a year for like 30 quid. And it's usually like £14 a month.
Ooh.
So
you can't find another cheap one for the whole year.
No, because it was for new subscribers only. So yeah, that's how they get you in, isn't it?
So because you've already done that, they won't let you do it again.
No, and then obviously you lose all the if you've bought anything, you lose that because it's on your account, and you have to start your licenses again, and your licenses take ages to get.
What you meant if you started again? You mean?
Yeah.
But if you let it ran out and then you started up again in like 6 months, you'd still have everything at least.
Oh yeah. So I've been playing it a lot this weekend because this is going to sound really boring, but I've gone up a few licenses since I've had the game, and I want to get to the B license. I'm currently a C license, and the B licenses is where the game seems to really open up with more car categories. So at the minute, all the classes have been, you're all in Mazdas, you're all in Ferraris, you're all in the same car. Whereas in Class B license, this is what Frosty and Wes have been playing on, is you get, your actual car classes, like in touring cars and stuff. So you've got your GT3s, your GT4 cars. So you can choose from a selection of cars from that class to race on the track. So it just makes it a bit more of a variety. And then obviously it gets more serious. Well, it's always been serious, but I think from my experience, the higher you go up on the licenses, the cleaner the racing becomes, because obviously people are more experienced. There's less of that dicking around. Even though today I had two crashes, but they're not as much as they were when I was in the rookies and it was all the bloody time. So I've been really enjoying it this week. Still using the Logitech G923 racing wheel. Not really got any inklings to upgrade, really. I mean, obviously, I'd like to upgrade the wheels and pedals. However, because it's so expensive to do all that, I'm just kind of sitting content with what I've got, to be honest. Otherwise, it's one of them things, right? It's your if you can't, and then this is something I learned with my PC as well. Like if you there's always something extra to buy, yeah. So in your mind, if you can't be just happy with what you've got, what you're using, you will forever be spending money on the next little thing and the next little thing.
Are you just spending money for that rush of buying something new? And whereas really, I mean, didn't you say like you've got a really good one, but you could go up into the thousands and buy stuff pretty much?
The wheel I've got is very much an entry level one. It's Logitech. It's run by Gears internally,
Right.
whereas the next one up would be like a direct drive wheel, like a Moser or Fanatec or something like that. And they do get quite expensive, yeah, because, and this is the thing that I've noticed, right? Is like I was looking at the Moser because it's quite good value when you look at it initially for the bundle. It's like 450 quid. You get the wheels and the pedals, but then it's like, oh, but the pedals that it comes with are the shit pedals. So then you've got to spend money to either upgrade them, like the brake, so it actually feels like a brake, or spend another couple of £100 on a better set of pedals. You know, oh, there's another wheel that you could snap into it because it only comes with one wheel rim. Oh yeah, so then you could end up like buying wheels, new pedals, upgrades, all this sort of stuff, and before you know it, you've spent a lot of money. Yeah. So, you know, and fair play, you know, if you're really into it that much, I can see, you know, why you would do that. But then, you know, from my point of view, I enjoy the sim racing, but it's not all I play. You know, I play a lot of games, so I'm you know, I dip in and out. Now, if I only played iRacing, then I could probably be like, yeah, I'll get like the best fucking wheel and pedals ever. But I know that I'll dip in and out of it, you know, because like I'll fall off it for a month and then come back. So there's not really a lot of point, you know. So,
And is it realistically how you could go spend 700-800 quid on all new pedals and wheels? And is it going to be that much better than yours? Maybe what?
yeah, I think it would
10%?
be. Yeah. So
No, but
I think
how often you use it, I mean. It's
from
not like...
from the wheel I've got, like an upgrade to a Moser or Fantech would be a big upgrade for sure. Yeah, just in the field, because like there's a big difference between gear driven and direct drive driven. There's more force feedback, more realistic, etc. But as a casual, because I still consider myself as a casual, you know, I don't feel like I need anything more at the minute, you know. So, you know, I'm quite content, to be honest. So, but no, I mean, I'm enjoying it because it feels real enough to me. You know, it's, you know, I'm just enjoying. I'm just having fun. Yeah, and that's the main thing at the end of the day. So yeah, it's been good playing all those racing games this week. Obviously, I enjoy them all for different reasons. You know, I enjoy iRacing for the super serious realism and that what's the word, that real
Immersion.
you know, not just immersion, but it's set out like every hour at a specific time there's a race. Yeah. Which you know, and it's very organized. Yeah. Whereas obviously a game like Gran Turismo or Forza or whatever, it's like, I'll just jump in and play. You know?
Yeah, whenever you want, especially being online with other people. If it's like an event, it's like, like, oh, I'll join that one in 20 minutes, and you're waiting for it, and you're like, oh, I can't wait for it, and then you see everyone
Yeah.
getting ready for it.
Yeah,
So I
see,
think
whereas on iRacing, like you join, you can register for the race half an hour before it starts, and then you'll register, and then you'll go into like a practice server for the half an hour, so you just practice. Yeah, and then you'll qualify, and then you'll race. So
that reminds me of my mate Andrew plays even to Virtua Fighter 5.
yeah,
That's like every Saturday. That's like tournament day, and
yeah,
there's loads of them, and some people he know, and some of the, you know them in real life, or he know them through the game, and they have like a massive tournament for a few hours, pretty much every Saturday. And this has been going on for donkey years. You know, it's Virtual Fighter 5,
yeah.
and it's, up Saturday, Virtual Fighter Day. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. I might win it this week. Do you know what I mean? So I see what you mean. I can't win.
Yeah.
I suck at it.
The only problem with it is it's like it that level of commitment just for the time is very difficult when you got kids, because like the races I was doing this weekend, it's an hour gone that you have to, because you got your practice, which you really need to do just to get the feel, and then you've got your qualifying. But then the actual race, if you only just did the race on its own is 30 minutes. So really you've got 45 minutes, because you need to register in time, and then have to qualify, and then you've got a half an hour race. And in that time, obviously, you can't be disturbed or drop off or anything like that. So it is a big time commitment as well. Whereas obviously Forza or Gran
punished
Turismo,
or penalised for not finishing if you had to drop out?
yes,
Oh, so you can't.
yeah, you lose rating points. Yeah, yeah.
Can't do that, can you?
So
You bring Dishonour.
yes, Dishonored
You
2 family.
they count it as a rage quit, I imagine, or just like something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, Darren is here. I told you he'd be here, people.
No, he was here the whole time. I think that was
Darren was here the whole time. His intro was amazing.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Your voice has got a bit deeper though, Darren. I don't know what's happening now, but you know.
Balls finally dropped, mate.
Yeah. So that's my racing games talked about anyway. To listen to the rest of this week's awesome episode, you need to subscribe to the Patreon. So head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast. This week's episode is over 2 hours long, with myself, Nick and Darren talking about loads of games and the latest news. So check it out. Again, head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast. This is where you'll hear us talking all about Helldivers 2, Gran Turismo 7, Forza, iRacing, PGA Tour, Halo Infinite, Evil West, Sonic Superstars, I Am Bread, Avicii Invector, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and much, much more. So subscribe to the Patreon today. For the last time, head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast.